Welcome back. It's time for another Trinity video. It's Tuesday, so we're getting ready to meditate this Wednesday, on the energy of worth. So we're going to do a little exercise tonight that will help you get in touch with what worth feels like in your body. Now, the problem with worth is that the world in general, and our society in particular, has it all screwed up. We think that worth is about doing, when in fact worth is about being. You may say, well, I didn't get paid what I was worth until I marched into my boss's office and demanded a raise and said, I'm worth more than you're paying me. Okay, yeah, but it wasn't the doing that created worth. The doing was a byproduct of the being. You were feeling that you were worth more. You were checking in with your inside and saying, that doesn't match the outside. That's where worth comes from. Worth is a being-oriented energy. You have to feel inside to get to worth. But unfortunately, when we have a problem, all of our lower bodies turn outside. Something happens in front of us, and it's easy to see in the martial arts. That's why I love these martial arts demonstrations and techniques for our meditation purposes, because they sort of exaggerate everything. In the martial arts, the problem is this person in front of you who wants to attack you. Now, in your real life, it's probably not going to be a person. It's going to be a bill you have to pay, or a leaky faucet, or friction between you and your mother-in-law. You know, it's a more subtle thing, but we exaggerate it in this exercise by talking about an opponent that you have to fight, because it makes it easier to see. But when there is an opponent, all of your attention turns outward. Your lower bodies, your lower mind has thoughts on whether that's right or wrong. Your emotional body gets upset. Oh, those people hurt my feelings. And then the physical body, your root chakra, wants you to do something about the problem. All of this turning outward robs us of the chance to experience worth, because as we've said, worth is an inward sort of thing. In fact, my definition of worth is that it is marinating in the voice of your spirit. Not acting immediately, just sort of sitting in that space and letting your spirit talk to you about who you are and about what you deserve. That feeling of just sitting there in the voice of your spirit, marinating in it, is the feeling of worth. And you're not going to get that if you instantly turn your attention outward to this problem. What am I going to do about the problem? So to prevent that, I'm going to have you do a posture that was taught to me in my days of working venue security by Nick Hughes, one of my favorite bouncers and security maestros. And he says that when you are faced with somebody who might be a threat, and you don't want to instantly trigger them by going into some sort of obvious combat posture, that the thing you should do is, well, always split your feet a little bit. Take a little bit of a bladed stance so that you're not just square up. That's always a bad thing. You know, squaring up to the problem just kind of opens you up to be hit. So we want to take a little step forward and tilt our body somewhat. Blading, they call it. It's just one foot slightly in front of the other. And we're going to do this. We're going to put a hand here and a hand here and go, very interesting. This posture of holding the hand up here in front of your chin like you're thinking, it's sort of like the classic Rodin sculpture, The Thinker. Your hand's here, the other hand is across your solar plexus here. It gives you a wonderful defensive posture without looking like you're taking a defensive posture. I can be here, and if somebody throws a punch at my head, I can parry it on either side. If something club comes overhead, I can block up. Anybody goes for my eyes or my throat, I've got all of that stuff covered. My hand's right there. And at the same time, if any sort of kick comes, I can block it. I've got a hand right there. Somebody goes for the ribs, I can block that. I'm totally safe in a nice defensive posture, but it doesn't look like I've overtly spotted a threat and I'm getting ready to fight, because that just tips off the other person and escalates the whole situation. So we're going to take this nice defensive posture. Here's what it looks like from the side. There's me. Just having my hand under my chin. There's no particular magic here. You can put it here or whatever feels right to you. I like to have the thumb out going, this is just my natural thinking posture. I'll give it to you from the other side. You can kind of see that the hand goes here to protect my ribs. This can instantly turn into an offensive posture if I need it to. I've got a hammer fist to the bridge of the person's nose right there. I can hit the collarbone. Collarbone breaks pretty easily. I've got a throat grab if I need it. Eye pokes, everything just right there. I can hammer fist to the groin. I can block something if I need to get away real quick. Super useful posture, but for our purposes, very important for worth because look, it covers up my center line. All of my chakras now that want to turn out can't. They're forced to go inward. And it lets me sit in this place of marinating on my inner voice, letting the Spirit talk to me and tell me who I am and what I deserve. And that's where the worth comes from. If I instantly jump outwards and say, what am I going to do about this problem? It upsets me. Something's wrong. I have thoughts and feelings about it. I got to do something. I've lost it. All my worth is gone as I go outward. So instead, I'm going to pull inward. I'm going to hold this center line blocked so that my energy doesn't want to go out. I'm going to keep in this nice defensive posture that protects me and allows me to operate and attack when I need to. But meanwhile, I'm just sitting here feeling what's inside of me. I'm aware that there's a threat. My observation is going on. My awareness is triggered. But it's not awareness taking me out into the problem. It's awareness taking me in to feel what my gut is saying about this. What is my intuition saying? What are my inner voices saying? Not what should I do about the problem, but who am I? And that is the real reason that we go inward to find out who we are. That's what worth's all about. If you think this stuff's important, you should come to Trinity class when we start up again.